Family on three. 1, 2, 3. Family! Family on three. 1, 2, 3. Family!
Welcome to Trailblazer Tipoff.
Blazers! Welcome inside the Highland Arena in St. Charles, Missouri, about 25 minutes from downtown St. Louis, as we are about 11 minutes away from tip-off, Utah Tech and the Lindenwood Lions. Hi there, everybody. Rod Zundel here. Glad to have you aboard tonight. Utah Tech, this is the final of 6 straight road games to open up the regular season. They finally get to return to St. George and play their first home game on Saturday against Utah Valley. But first things first here tonight against the Lindenwood Lions. They met, this is the second meeting all time. They met last year in St. George, and Utah Tech won that easily. Trailblazers coming in with a record of 2 wins and 3 losses. They're coming off a blowout loss at Washington State in the Pac-12 on Friday afternoon. Meanwhile, Lindenwood comes in with a record of 3-3. They're coming off an 11-point win against William and Mary over the weekend. Now, as far as the Lions are concerned, they played some pretty good competition, just like Utah Tech has. They started off with a 32-point loss against Nebraska. Then they lost by 55 to Iowa State. Then they got a win over Hannibal LaGrange by 31. They lost to Air Force by 18. Then they beat Nebraska, Omaha by 2. And then, of course, last weekend they beat William and Mary. So they come in with a 2-game winning streak, the Lions do. Now, for Utah Tech, of course, they had their struggles against Pac-12 Washington State on Friday. They played well. It was a 2-point game with 5 minutes left in the first half, but then the Trailblazers missed their final 13 shots, and they were outscored 16-0 to end the first half, and they just couldn't regroup. But Coach Judkins was able to use some of the bench players that have not received a lot of time. One of those guys is junior Caleb Stearman. Now, he was a walk-on, but he received a scholarship in October. He got some playing time, 6 points, 2 for 2 shooting, including 1 for 1 from three-point land, and also 6 rebounds, and he was 1 for 1 from the free throw line. All of that in 9 minutes of play. I had a chance to talk to Caleb and get his thoughts about his confidence growing and getting the confidence of his head coach, John Judkins.
Caleb, you have to be pleased with the confidence Coach has in you getting more playing time.
Yeah, for sure.
Kicks it back to Stearman. He'll put up a 3. Good. Caleb Stearman.
Confidence for me always comes from hard work. We've been putting a lot of work in over the summer and the spring into this fall, and now we're in the season, so it's been cool to see it all come to fruition as I've been working hard, and then that confidence obviously comes from that work I've been putting in.
And because of that, you've had your career highs in the last 2 games in points. Huh?
Yep, sure have. It's
Tips a rebound to Stearman. Good. Caleb, count it.
cool, especially against a Power 5 school. It's always awesome to play well. So we've obviously we didn't get the result, but we're taking baby steps.
How difficult was that not to get a lot of playing time, but you're in practice sweating like crazy and getting after it? But how difficult was that to keep a positive attitude during that time?
Not super hard because we have great guys that are performing in front of me, and so it's always awesome to be able to help them be the best players that they can be, as well as me just being able to take a step back, learn from what they're doing, because obviously they're great players, and just see what they're doing comes from the hard work that we're putting in practice and helping them get better.
All right, that was Caleb Stearman in 9 minutes, 6 points, 6 rebounds against Washington State. Juddy said that he should have played him more. We'll see if he gets more playing time here against Lindenwood. Now, Lindenwood, they're kind of like Utah Tech. They're in their second year of transition from Division II to Division I. Now, we are just about 25 minutes away from downtown St. Louis. And here in St. Louis, of course, you've got to visit the Gateway Arch. We had a chance to do that yesterday, and that thing is massive. You don't realize just how tall that is. And for these 6'5", 6'8", 6'10 guys, they had to get in a little pod like this and scrunch in to take the tram ride up. And this is what they saw when they got up to the top. There's Busch Stadium. So great experience for the players to see the sights and sounds of St. Louis. When we come back, the final word from head coach John Judkins.
He's on the 30-yard line, the 20, the 10.
You wouldn't want an incomplete football game. So why use a website with incomplete listings of Southern Utah properties? SouthernUtahRealEstate.com is the most complete, most accurate, and most comprehensive property search in Washington County. Because we're not focused on everything, just on the part that we like the best. Find your Southern Utah home at SouthernUtahRealEstate.com.
Finley Hyundai, committed to high-quality service and sales for local drivers. Stress-free car buying guaranteed.
Got a project at work or around the house? Well, think Bucks Ace Hardware. Think Bucks for all the top brands like DeWalt, Milwaukee, and Stihl. Plus, Bucks has the best sporting goods department. You've got to see their gun department. It's stocked with a great selection of guns and ammo and accessories. 2 locations at the Dino Crossing in St. George or State Street in Hurricane.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Local media has the biggest impact on your daily life. It's what's around you, what matters. And at Canyon Media, our goal is to deliver the very best in local entertainment, news, and media. From our award-winning radio stations like 99.9 Coney Country to Southern Utah's #1 source for local news, St. George News, Canyon Media, here for you.
It's any card for the win right now at Mountain America Credit Union, which means it's time to score some cash. Simply tap, swipe, or click checkout with any Mountain America debit or credit card to be entered into a weekly giveaway for up to $500, now until September 30th. Visit macu.com/anycard to learn how to earn extra entries or to open a new account today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
Ready, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Larry. Now to wavy. Happy birthday to you. That boy Larry right here on you. FM on 3, 1, 2, 3.
All right, that was Hamed Larry Oliinka. 20th birthday yesterday. Got a cake and some extra frosting to boot from his buddies yesterday at practice. All right, so how do you regroup after getting beat pretty good by a Pac-12 school? Well, here's the answer and the final word with head coach John Judkins before we tip it off here tonight.
Coach, after Friday's game, you said this is one of those games where you just throw the tape away and not watch it. Did you?
No, couldn't do it. I wanted to, Rod, but couldn't do it. I just, we played pretty good. Like I said, for the first 16 minutes of the first half, I thought we did exactly what we wanted. And then we had those 5 or 6 really bad offensive possessions, tough shots that led to easy baskets or threes. And then when they got their confidence going, the runs going, we kind of just kept feeding into that. We couldn't get stops. We were shooting bad shots, kind of forcing things. Didn't get to the foul line as much as we wanted. And so we had to show it to them. We didn't spend a lot of time with it, Rod. Just kind of showed them a little of things and showed them that, hey, we were playing with them for 16 minutes, and then the wheels fell off. And you got to give them credit. They played really well, but we were kind of soft with the ball. We weren't driving hard. Those kind of things. And when you play a good team like that, they can get on a roll, and that's what happened to us.
Learning experience, so you got to take something from that and say, okay, this is what we need to do to get to that level.
No, you're right. I mean, every game's a learning experience, but sometimes a loss like that, today was really good in film session. We watched some stuff. We went to practice today. Our practice was really good. really intense. So the guys see that. I mean, they understand. We're not a 40-point worst team than those guys. It was just one of those nights that we couldn't make a shot and they couldn't miss. I mean, they shot 28% from the three up till that point, and they shoot 65% against us from the three. So, sometimes you have those nights that you're on. We had that last year against Seattle. We beat them by 20-something, and they were the third best team in our conference. So you have those games, something we have to learn and grow. And when teams go on runs, which every team does, there's a thing you have to do, and that is get fouled, get to the foul line, get layups, get easy shots, be more aggressive. What you can't do is come down and shoot threes and miss. Then you're adding fuel to the fire. So something we'll learn. We're young. Again, I'm tired of saying we're young. This is going into our 6th game, so we should be mature enough and getting better. But we're still haven't played a lot together. I don't say so much the young stuff. It's just more of it's a new team. It's just going to take us some time to get gelling and get going and sharing the ball. In fact, we even showed them some stuff today of last year's team, how offensively what we did and how we shared it. And so hopefully that will help them as well.
All right, that was head coach John Judkins. The final word before we tip things off here in St. Charles, Missouri. Now, just a reminder that coming up immediately following the game, we will have our Trailblazer post-game show on the Fan Sports Radio Network and also here on Trailblazer Sports Vision. But coming up next, it is tip-off, the Utah Tech Trailblazers and the Lindenwood Lions over on the Fan Sports Radio Network. That is coming up next. Thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoy the game.